Today we are going to talk about what is ideally, and I repeat ideally, the proper diet for a normal human being. And in order to do that, we have to first understand the 5 types of living beings that exist on this planet. Because if we don't have this understanding, we will never be able to understand what is food and what is not food, what can be consumed by the human and what cannot be consumed by the human being. Now there are 5 types of living beings on this planet. Those which have one sense organ, which is the sense of touch. 2 sense organs, the sense of touch and taste. 3 sense organs, the sense of touch, taste and smell. 4 sense organs, touch, taste, smell and seeing. And then people like us with 5 sense organs, touch, taste, smell, seeing and hearing, which is the least developed and the latest introduction to humans and to living beings on this planet. So, what are the living beings which have only one sense organ? Trees, plants. They breathe, they reproduce, they have a lifespan, they are living beings. The second is touch and taste. Most organisms which are observed under the microscope, microscopic organisms, have touch and taste like the amoeba. Thirdly, we have touch, taste and smell. 90% of the insect world have no eyes and ears, and if they do, they are very rudimentally developed. Then you have touch, taste, smell and seeing. And if you look at snakes and most of the reptilian kingdom, they have no ears. The snake senses your vibrations, doesn't hear you. And finally, there is us. Now the question that arises is, if one of my siblings loses their vision or their hearing, are they food for me? A very difficult question to answer, because even plants have babies. We call them grain, we call them nuts, we call them seeds, and they drop their babies onto the ground and expect to have offsprings sprouting up. So in the original environmental balance on this planet, it was made in such a way that the Creator had trees and plants which had no mobility, offering food to the living beings with mobility, and they ate the fruit from the trees and helped these plants to reproduce. So in the true sense of the word, the only food that is ideally edible is fruits. Now there is a vast range of fruits. What we call fruits is not necessarily fruits. Squashes are fruits. Tomatoes, peppers, they are fruits. You have fruits being given to us by the plant kingdom in the forms of beetroots and carrots and potatoes, underground fruits. Which brings us to the question, what are the 2 basic types of food sources we have on this planet? Those that are life-bearing and those that are life-giving, life-producing. that little grain that we eat is capable of sprouting and turning into a huge tree. It is the baby of the plant kingdom. So to all the vegetarians and vegans out there, I have something to say. Most vegetarians and vegans look down at people who eat meat. But if I eat a chicken, I have killed one life form. But if you eat a bowl of rice, you have destroyed 10,000 plus potential rice plants from coming onto this planet. But again, I'm talking about a set of ideals. And a set of ideals are very difficult to accomplish. So, wherever you are on the food chain as a human being, you have been given the ability to discern which other animals do not. You have been given the ability to discern between what is right and what is wrong, or what I say, what is ideal and what is not. So you have many people at different levels of growth. There are people who will eat meat of animals that eat meat. Then there are people who will eat meat of animals that are vegetarian. Then there are people who will eat only vegetables. And then there are fruitarians, people who will eat only fruit. In all honesty, even I find it very difficult to live like a fruitarian. But I'm getting there. And I'm offering you this information for you to judge for yourself. Where do you want to be on the food chain? What do you want to eat? The next time you eat a bowl of rice, think about those rice plants that are being destroyed. The next time you eat a loaf of bread, think about all the wheat berries, the babies of the wheat plant that have been destroyed. Don't look down on the meat eaters. We are all eating some form of life. And the best form of life to eat is the life form that is life-sustaining but not life-bearing. The seeds need to be planted back into the ground and the fruits need to be ingested. Because we are trading with the plant kingdom, and the plant kingdom is offering us sustenance to live, and we are helping the plant kingdom to reproduce. Think about it. Think about it. There's a lot to think about. Come to your own conclusion. You do not have to take every word that I say. But my job is to convict you. And that's what I'm doing right now.